Okay, so now we're going to animate our neon sign on and off. And I've got my sign here, and all I need to do now is keyframe the letters on and off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag select all of them, make sure that select surface objects is turned on. I'm also going to go into my settings, my animation settings down there, and make sure that in animation that the intangents are set to stepped, clamped and stepped, because we don't want any in-betweens here. Then I'm going to set my timeline to 65 frames down here. Oops, 65 frames. And at frame 1, I'm going to drag select all of the letters. Sorry about the missing E on open, but it's kind of authentic, right? Because neon signs are always going out, so I think it works. And then I'm going to keyframe the visibility off there in the channel box, and everything's going to disappear. And I'm going to hit S on my keyboard to set a keyframe. Then I'm going to go to frame 25 because I want it there off for about a second, and hit S again. Then I'm going to go to frame 27. Now in order to find those letters, I've got to go Windows Outliner, and I'm going to select O, which is the first letter, and I'm going to turn that on again in the channel box there. So that comes on again. Now, except that something's now happened to my letter, which is very strange. Oh, I see. I'm selecting the wrong thing. Okay, so I actually need to select the extrude surface. Yes, so I need to select the surface, not the... so that needs to come on. There we go. Yeah, okay. So so I'm selecting the wrong thing. So not the curve, but the extruded surface, because that's what we're going to see. And then at 29, I'm going to select extrude. That should really be renamed O, like that. And then extrude surface 2 should be P, and then that should be E1, and then that should be E2. And then that should be open. So that's the N. There we go. And that means we know what we're doing. Okay, so back to frame 27. So 29, frame 29, that goes off. Okay, then 31, I want O and P on. So I'm going to turn those on again. There we go. And then at 33, I want them off. And then at 35, I want OP and E on. And then at 37, I want them off. Hope you're getting the logic here. We're animating a flicker effect. Then OP, E, and N, open, on at 39. And then off at 41. And then on again at 43, and I think it's going to stay on. Wait, have I got the N? Oh dear, that's the N. Let's call that N1. So that's all of them on at 43, and then all of them off at 45. And then all of them off at 47. Oh, sorry, on again at 47, and then they can stay on. So if I close out the outliner, we should get a flicker effect where they go like that. And then what you can do is you can, if I just open up the screen here so that you can see my render button. If I render that, I should still get a nice open sign with a glow on it. There we go. So now you can try and render this as a movie file, but actually it's probably easier just to render it as a series of images. So, which is what I'm going to do. Now there's a separate video on how to do a render sequence, but actually no, we're going to need to go into the render settings again to do that. So let's go back into render settings, and then we're going to need, so we're using Maya software. Let's choose JPEGs. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. JPEG, yeah. And then let's go name.hashtag.ext. That's the one we want. Frame padding at 4, start and end at 65. And then, now we haven't created a shot camera, which we probably should have done, but I'm just going to leave it in the perspective camera for now. Presets HD 540, and then we can close that out and then go ahead and hit render sequence. And assuming we've correctly set to our project, file, set project, bumpity bum, neon sign, that's the one. Set, assuming we've correctly set to our project, when I now kick off a render sequence in the render menu up here, rendering, and then go render sequence. Let's open it up. Yeah, rendering from the perspective view. And then if I hit render sequence and close, it should now start chugging through the various options, and it will be rendering black until that thing comes on. So I'm just going to press pause now while it renders that. It'll probably take about 2 minutes, something like that. And then we'll see what we've got. Right, okay, so let's see how, let's see what happened there. Let's see how that went. So I'm just going to open up my hard drive. I'm going to go to Documents. I'm going to go to Maya, Projects. And here's the one we want. Lights, neon sign, there we go. And then we're looking for images, temp, and there we go. So that should be, if I scroll down to, yeah, there we go. We've got some images. Great. And they're quite small as well, which is quite nice. Okay, so now you can take these images into Adobe Premiere Pro, or you can just use something simple like QuickTime, which is what I'm going to use. So if I'm just going to open up QuickTime Player because I'm doing this on a Mac, and you can't see this, but I'm going File, Open Image Sequence. Sorry, this is all off the screen. But I'm going QuickTime Player, File, Open Image Sequence, and then there we go. And then I've got to navigate to this. It's doing it automatically because I actually did this a minute ago. But if you want to go the manual way, you just go Documents, Maya, Projects, neon sign, images, temp, and there we go. Now, then all I want to do is select the top, shift select all of them, and then click choose media, and then a thing comes up here. Resolution, actual size, 24 frames a second, great. H.264, that's fine. And then we click on open, and now I've got my video. And there we go. And then all you need to do is find some sound effects to go with it, or better yet, find some sound effects and then animate to that. But if you can find a kind of bzz, 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 bzz sound effect, then you'll be in good shape. And you can use this, as I say, to make a logo. So I know mine says open, but yours could say Joe Bloggs animation or Joe Bloggs demo animation demo reel, and with a nice sound effect, it becomes a cool little intro to your demo reel. So immediately, you know, whoever's looking at it is going to be a little bit impressed because they're going to think, okay, cool, this is not the usual title card. This is someone who's made a little bit more of an effort. Now, to get this out exported as a video, I just go File, Export as 720, and then I can neon sign, and then where do I want to store this? I'm going to pop this on my desktop, export it. I go save. It's now going to export it, and then I can just click no. I can delete that, and now if I just minimize this and pop the video there, that's what I've just made. So if I now double click on that, I've now got my video. So that's the final output. That's what you end up with, is a little .mov. All right, so I hope that's helpful, and have fun, be creative, and don't forget, if you really want this to work, you want to make a nice logo for yourself, then import that logo onto an image plane in Maya, and then copy that when you use the CV Curve tool, and then you'll be accurately reproducing your own logo in a neon sign in Maya.